Hi SHS students and staff, thank you for taking just a couple minutes to watch this quick video on the Redskin Rewards program. Depending on when you're watching this, your teachers have either just recently or soon will be passing out the second marking period Redskin Reward cards. And I wanted to take a couple minutes of your time to just go over some of the commonly asked questions that I get because it seems that sometimes students have some confusion about why they did or didn't get a Redskin Rewards card. So thank you for listening. First, it's important that students remember that membership in RRP is always based on what happened in the marking period that just finished. So since we're in the second marking period of the 1920 school year, the membership is based on how you did in the first marking period of the 1920 school year. If you're a high school student, grades 9 through 12, you could have qualified as a platinum level RRP member if you had a 4.0 GPA. If you had perfect attendance, and that includes in each and every class, and if you had no detentions or no suspensions. If you were a high school student, grades 9 through 12, and you had at least a 3.5 GPA, no more than 2 countable absences for the marking period, and no detentions or suspensions, you would have qualified as gold. If you were a 7 through 12 student, you could have qualified for the silver level. So yes, junior high students, grades 7 and 8, the best you can do is the silver level. Once you're in high school, you can qualify for the gold and platinum levels. But the silver level means that a student had at least a 2.0 GPA, had no more than 4 countable absences in the marking period, and also had no detentions or no suspensions. We do have a bronze level. Very rarely has it come into play. But there could be certain circumstances where a student might not hit the 2.0 GPA, but had pretty decent attendance, had no big behavioral issues, and showed a pretty good-sized improvement in their cumulative GPA. So in the rare instances where that is the case, we want to make sure that we recognize the student's improvement by giving them what we call the bronze level. Based on my experience, what students get confused the most is what we consider to be a countable absence. Now, remember, Redskin Rewards, this is not part of your official school record. It's meant to be fun, and we want to give as many students the chance to be a part of RRP as possible, and that's why we recalculate membership each marking period. You might have a bad marking period when it comes to attendance or even grades or maybe even behavior, but if you improve, we want to get you back in. So it's meant to be fun. It's meant to be a little bit whimsical. It's meant to give students some chances at prizes, but I don't want it to stress anybody out. So when it comes to countable absences, things that we consider are any absence other than school business. Now, school business could be a YAC meeting. It could be a sporting contest. For instance, I know that our cross-country team sometimes has to leave early for a cross-country meet. Tennis players often leave early for tennis meets. And once we get to the spring sports season, pretty much every spring sport athlete has to leave early. We're not going to count those against you. We have a lot of high school students that go down to the elementary school to read to our elementary colleagues. We're not going to hold those absences against you. Those we consider school business. I won't hold any funerals against any students. That just seems cruel to do so. So if you're missing school for a funeral, please make sure that we know in the office so we can code it appropriately. And then many of you are familiar with the prearranged absence form we have. In most cases that you would fill out a prearranged absence, we won't count those absences against you when we're considering Redskin Rewards. The one that people sometimes are confused about, and if I'm being honest, sometimes complain about, doctor's appointments. We do count doctor's appointments when we're considering Redskin Rewards criteria. Lots of reasons for it that I won't go into in what I hope to be a short video. But the bottom line there is if you're sick, please stay home. And if you need to see the doctor during school hours, please do so. Again, Redskin Rewards is meant to be fun. It's not meant to be stressful. So if you're ill and you need to stay home, or if you have a doctor's appointment you need to keep, please stay home. Please keep those appointments if that's what you need to do. And don't worry about the implications for Redskin Rewards. A reminder to all students, keep your Redskin Rewards cards with you. We very, very, very rarely issue a backup card if you've lost yours. It just simply depends on what the reason is. And if you want prizes, whether they be weekly, monthly, or the marking period grand prizes, when Mrs. Krivitsky gets around to passing those out, you have to have the current RRP card with you in order to get your prize. If you have any questions, or if you think I might have made a mistake when it came to determining your RRP status, please send me an email. Thank you. Have a good day.